one of the realest niggas in this shit, man. I got the motherfucking streets, nigga. I came in the game with everything I motherfucking wanted, nigga. This shit about respect to me. Love to see when I walk up in the club and nigga run up on me, tell me I'm the realest nigga living, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the realest nigga in it. You already know.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode on the Chris Law Network. I am your host, Chris Law. Today's topic will be men marry virgins, but then go cheat with hoes. I know that sounds kind of crazy. Now, I've been one to do this as well. I've always made sure that the woman that I was dealing with on a constant basis, as in, you know, this is supposed to be my girlfriend, you always try to make sure that that woman isn't quote unquote a hoe or a thought or whatever you want to call it, right? But what ends up happening is sexually, you're not even happy with that woman because she don't know how to do all that crazy, nasty shit that you really like in the first place. So what do you end up doing? You end up cheating on her with a woman that do all this nasty shit that you really like. So I did that for years. I mean, years and years. Like whenever I would get into a relationship, I would always, show the woman more respect if she doesn't do this and she's not out, having sex with random guys and stuff like that. But then end up cheating on her with the girl that's out here having sex with the random guys and, hanging from the ceiling fan upside down, And it came to a point in my life whereas I was like, you know what, hold up. I'm doing this shit all wrong. Why not be with a woman that do all the nasty shit that you like and still has respect for themselves? Now, I think when we get into this word hoe and this word thought, I think we kind of get it, real fucked up. From the standpoint of what do you perceive as a hoe? Okay, a hoe to me is a woman that gets paid for sex. She has no respect for herself. She'll sleep with just about anybody. Now, I know this, you got to be like, well, wait a minute, Chris, you just said having sex with random people. It's the way you look at it. It's all about your perception or the way that you think about it. When I say random people, meaning like, let's say if she goes to a club tonight or a bar, whatever, and she meets a guy and she's attracted to that guy comes over, they have good conversation, the vibe is there, and she ends up going home and sleeping with him. To me, that's random. Okay. So let's just say she's not opposed to having a one night stand. I don't have a problem with that. Some people will look at that and say, oh, she's a hoe. She didn't know him. She didn't, take time to find out more about him. Man, listen, she met the guy. They talked. She was feeling the vibe. She was turned on. He was turned on. They went and they did what grown people do. To me, that's not a hoe. That means this woman knew what she wanted. You know what I mean? Now, with a hoe, or what I perceive as a hoe, that would be the woman that just literally, she just sleeps with anybody. She go to a house party. She end up sleeping with, multiple guys at the party. She's in the bathroom having sex. She in the garage. One dude and took her to the backyard up under the goddamn balcony. She got another dude she went out to the car with and gave him some head. See, that's a hoe. And a dumb hoe if she didn't get paid. You know what I mean? Now, no, nobody wants to wipe somebody up like that. But what's crazy is it be women just like that end up getting wiped up first. I'll give you a story. It was this one chick. I went to college with her. And after college, I ended up, hooking back up with her. Never had sex with her in college. But I heard about how the Kappas used to run through her. I heard about it when we was in school. You know what I mean? Shout out to the brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi. But I'm not a Kappa, but I'm shouting y'all out because I'm taking some from one of y'all stories. You know what I mean? So I heard about that happen when we was in college. But then after I got out of college, I ended up seeing her at a club one night. And I didn't smash her that first night when I seen her at the club. But we started smashing like soon after, And I used to smash her all the time. I would call her and tell her to pull up over other homeboys of my house. And, we'd be over there smoking and drinking. She might end up sleeping with one of them. You know what I'm saying? And it ended up getting to the point where me and a partner of mine, we used to just flip flop. Like I might be over there one day. He might be over there the next day. I might be over there at 12 p.m. He might show up over there at 4 p.m. And it was just understood that that's what was going on. She knew I knew about it. She knew he knew about it. And that's just what it was. That woman married now. She married. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if her husband knows her past, but she married. You know what I mean? But men, we have the tendency of the woman that we want to have out as being the person on our arm. She don't do all that freaky shit. She don't give your head in the back of the car. She don't give your head while you're driving. But then what you gonna do? You gonna go out and cheat on her with the woman that's gonna give your head while you're driving. So my thing is, why not just find you a woman that is sexually free, that don't mind doing all that, nasty shit that you really like, but yet and still, you can still walk around with her in the mall and walk around with her and still feel proud that this is your woman. Now I know sometimes, it may get a little hazy, it might get a little blurry, because I know women always say that it's hard to find a good man. No, women, on the contrary, it's hard for men to find a good woman because you don't know who that woman has slept with. Like I made a video, I don't know if y'all saw it, but I made a video where I was talking about how you a hoe, but he's a pimp. That double standard is there. So that's why I always have told women and men, it is hard to find a good woman. Because for one thing, you don't never know who she done slept with. You don't know if she got the train ran on her before. You don't know if in high school she slept with half the football team. You don't know. So what you got to do is, number one, you got to find you something that you can be cool with, something that you identify with. Take your sensitivity out of the situation. And number one, you got to realize that, hey, the woman you with, if she know how to do all that nasty shit, that means she was practicing on somebody else before your ass. Don't sit here with this misconception like you King Dick Almighty. Oh, and she got to you and figured out how to do all this. Nigga, please. If she's sucking you off and going down to your balls and putting both balls in your mouth, man, she was doing that to somebody else's balls before she ever got to you. And what y'all guys got to stop doing, stop going out here trying to find these girls that's virgins. Because I know guys that's like that. They sit up here and want to find a girl that's a total virgin. She ain't got no experience. She don't know how to do nothing. But then you cheating on her with the woman that's doing everything, and you spending more time with that woman than you're doing with your own girlfriend or your wife. Again, I've been there before. I've done it. Like nothing I come on here and try to tell y'all about is not something that I've done before or I know somebody that done did it. But with this situation, I've done it where literally I'm spending more time with the woman on the side that I'm spending with the wife or the girlfriend that I'm with. I done it before. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like literally you're having more fun with the chick that you smashing. You having more fun with the nasty chick, and then you going home and you looking at your girlfriend or your wife and you like, man, this boring ass bitch. That's what you saying to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I've been there. Like, dude, what I'm trying to tell y'all is this. Now wait a minute. Let me make sure I get this straight to y'all. I don't want it to be no kind of confusion, because I know there's some dudes that be listening to what I be saying and they gonna go out and try some of this shit. Now pay attention. All right. See, this way it get a little tricky at. Don't go out and be stupid and you already got a girlfriend or a wife, and then you messing with this hoe on the side and you try to make this hoe your main chick. Don't do that shit. Cause if she know that you married or you got a girlfriend and she still letting you do all that nasty shit with her, that's a dirty bitch. You don't want a dirty bitch. That's the last thing you want. You don't want that. So don't try to make your side chick your main chick. Ain't no leveling up. You don't do that. What I'm saying is, when you going out here and you trying to meet somebody that you may try to, have something with, make sure she do all the sexual shit that you like. Don't go meet a woman and start asking her questions like, so have you ever done this? No. Have you done this? No. Have you done this? No. If the first 3 answers to her sexual interview is no, 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 get your ass out of there. I mean, I'm just being honest. Get the fuck out of there. I'm going to say it again. During her sexual interview, which I feel it should be done on the first or second date or the first or second phone call, go ahead and get her sexual interview over with. Have your sexual questionnaire ready. Find your top 3 things that you like. Ask her, do she do this, or have she ever done this? If she says no to your first 3 questions, get out of there, homeboy. Get up out of there. She ain't the one for you. Now, if she 2 out of 3, that's a possible. It's like we playing spades here. That's a possible. If she 1 out of 3, I don't know. Maybe you could try to give her a shot and just try her and see if she go for some of the shit. Because you got to remember, she might be lying. Because I don't know. I know chicks, well, like this one chick I was messing with. She went to Florida A&M. School teacher. When I met her, she was like, hey, I'm talking about she was fine. She was from Haiti. She was born in Haiti, raised in Miami, moved to Tallahassee to go to Florida A&M, ended up moving to Atlanta. School teacher, you know what I'm saying? Bad as I don't know what. Now, when I met her, she was like, oh, I just got back into the church and all this old shit. And I was like, okay, cool. God-fearing, you know what I'm saying? God for us all. Then she was telling me, it was like every time we would start to talk, you know how it is with, you know what I'm saying, when you got a man and a woman sitting there talking, sex gonna come up. Every time something of a sexual nature would even come up, she would cut the conversation off. So I started to notice that shit, right? So this was like the first 2 weeks, but she was so fine. And of course, me being Chris Law, of course I was messing with other women anyway. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be patient with Shawty, cause she bad. So boom. 2 weeks went by, and one day, I really can't remember how we got on the subject, but one day we got on the subject of sex. Again, it just kind of came up, but this time she didn't shy away from the subject. She kind of eased on into it. That Sunday, she invited me to church. I went to church with her. We left church and we went to Golden Corral, and we was eating our food. I went back to her crib and we smashed that day. Come to find out, this woman was a whole nympho. That's why she was trying to get right with the Lord, because of all the devilish shit she had been doing. You see what I'm saying? So when you meet these women, man, you got to listen. When you meet these women, man, you got to pay attention to everything. Sometimes you might have to be a little patient. Get you a little something else. Like if you don't smash her off the reel, go on ahead and get you something else on the side over there. And you know what I'm saying? To keep your mind off of this right here. Because one thing about it, it might potentially get to the point where you wanted to get. But what I'm saying to you is, stop going out here trying to get these good girls and you trying to turn them bad. The last thing you want to do is have a good woman where she ain't into all this sexual nasty shit, and then you turn her into this sexual nasty person. Because guess what? What's that thing? What's that old saying? I've created a monster. The last thing you want to do is create a monster. Take it from your boy. I done it before. I have created a monster before, and I watched her metamorphosis into this amazingly nasty person. You know what I'm saying? And now, she just boom, just out here. You know what I'm saying? So you got to watch that too. So what you want to do is go ahead and get you a woman that got a little dirt on her. You see what I'm saying? She already got a little dirt on her. Because you got some dirt on you. And that's the other thing. Dudes, y'all got to stop really feeling to yourself like judging these women based on what they doing in the bedroom. Stop judging them. That don't do nothing but make them not want to do no more nasty shit. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my wife, I let my wife be who she gonna be. You know what I'm saying? If she like it, I love it. That's how I am with my wife. You know what I'm saying? But I remember like when we had first got back together, because I always tell y'all I've been married to my wife twice. When we first got back together, we talked about the whole swinging thing and how I used to be a swinger and, going to swinger clubs, having sex with multiple women, and we talked about swinging. And she was like, well, if that's something you into, then I'll go with you. And I was like, no, I don't want you to go with me. I want you to read whatever you need to read. And if you feel like you want to go and see what that's about, then we'll go based on when you're ready, not when I'm ready. Because the last thing I wanted to do was introduce my wife to something and she either A, not be able to handle it, and now she looking at me like I'm disgusting, or B, she go in there and get flipped out, and next thing you know, she at the swinger party and I ain't even there with her. Because again, that can happen. It can happen. But the main premise of this is stop going out here trying to marry these virgins, knowing that you really want you a hoe. Like, I ain't saying marry a hoe, but stop trying to get these little innocent girls when you know you ain't gonna be happy. Go ahead and get you somebody that do all that stuff that you really like. You feel me? Anyway, I want to thank y'all for coming back to watch another episode of the Chris Law Network. I am your host, Chris Law. Please like, share, and sub to the channel. liking the channel, liking the video is free, sharing the video is free, and subscribing is free. You know what I mean? Again, I always say, if you got any topics or suggestions, you can email me at chrislaw021779@gmail.com. We turning up on this channel, y'all. I'm telling you. Y'all watch me work. We gonna turn up on this channel. Y'all be good.